To say that I'm disappointed in Boogie2988 is a understatement. I'm sure you guys are well aware. Last night on Locale Live, he was confronted by Destiny for allegedly faking having cancer. Now, as somebody that has had family members deal with cancer and other health issues like that, I can't defend this. I can't vouch for this. And I've considered Boogie a close friend for next to a decade. I met him at a convention several years ago, and since then we've become close friends. I have his phone number. I can call him. I can text him. We've hung out. We've gone to dinner. But there's no defending this, especially when he was confronted with the allegations. He became real defensive and clammed up, refused to show proof that he had cancer. Even when they said, hey, we won't leak it, just show us proof. He didn't defend himself. If somebody was accusing me of faking cancer, I would be livid. Because first of all, that's a very heavy allegation that could hurt somebody's reputation. And he's clamped up. He refuses it, even to the point where he was offered over $50,000 to show proof that he has this diagnosis. He refused to do it. What a weird hill to die on. And I contemplated making this video, but I know I'm going to have tons of people, because they know my association with him, asking me about this and my thoughts. And this is already coming off the whole crypto situation with Fatty Coin that I made a video about, but then I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to touch this. I don't want to put it out there, because it just seemed like while Boogie might have had good intentions with that, the execution of it was bad. His behavior with deleting tweets was horrible about it. And now, less than 2 weeks after that, we're seeing this whole situation with the allegations that he's faking cancer. This can't be good. I think sincerely, he's done. He since has gone off Twitter. He's literally have deleted his, or deactivated his account. You can see Quartering reported it. Right in the middle of Locale Live, he deactivated this. He said he's going to deactivate everything and go offline. When I was recording this, his channel was still up, so I don't know. But Quartering literally says, Boogie2988 apparently faked cancer for clout, and when caught, has started deactivating all social media. A lot of people are upset about this. I've seen Camelot start a stream about it. Review Tech USA came out of hiding because I guess he was literally hoping somebody would fuck up worse than he has in the last few months. And now Boogie has essentially taken the reins from Review Tech USA. So I guess Review Tech USA is safer now, because if these allegations are true, and unfortunately it's not a good look with what's going on, as you're about to see, I think Boogie's cut himself out. I don't think there's any climbing out of this. There's some updates, though. Keem did come up on Twitter and made a video saying that he's not going to be getting rid of Boogie. He's not firing him from the show, and that Boogie's agreed to show proof of a positive cancer test. But we all know what's going to happen here. Whether it's true or not, at this point, the fact that he hesitated and didn't immediately show proof that he was cancer positive, people are going to say that he's faked a test. I even saw somebody saying Boogie's such a POS at this point that it wouldn't surprise them if he goes and purposely gets cancer now, which is fucked up to even think of. But this whole situation itself is fucked up. So let's take a look at this video. This is when Destiny came in the middle of the stream to confront him. So, man, what a bad look, guys. This is definitely, I as his friend, somebody that I've known for over 9 years, I just can't vouch for this. Again, to say disappointment, that's an understatement. That is an absolute understatement. I know him to the point where I can call, but I feel like I'm backed up to have to do this and explain why I'm upset. Anyways, let's watch.
Cancer. I would rather Dick Soto lead Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this shit over to you pieces of shit. That's just. This? I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Go ahead, print it, Dick Soto. Go ahead and print it.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it
to
Tommy?
I'm not going to. Sure.
You see, he's just immediately saying, go ahead and print this story. Go ahead and go tell Dick Soto. He's not showing his medical history. He's not showing his medical record. Like, he's literally tapped out. Like, he's giving up. He's laying down. This is a serious allegation. Just be like, okay, cool, run with it. I'm genuinely confused here.
He's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There's 0% chance he has one.
And you won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true,
he literally said he would rather them go ahead and run with the story and print it than prove that he has a cancer diagnosis. I don't understand that. And then they're going to offer him money later on, again, over $50K to prove that he's not lying about it, and he turns it down. And this is fresh off of a alleged crypto scam for $10K. I'm utterly confused. I don't even know where to begin with this video. When I clicked this video to start it, I couldn't even decide where to begin.
True, and you lied about cancer. This is the biggest scandal on the fucking internet.
It's not, but go ahead and print it anyway.
He's denying it, but saying go ahead and run with it. Keem literally says this would be the biggest scandal on the internet. He says it's not, but go ahead and print it. If it's not true, Boogie, why are you telling people to print it? And not defending yourself. I
go ahead and print it anyway.
It's going.
I pretty much prove it. None of you motherfuckers.
Fucking
I said this
prove
2
it.
years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead. Print it. Print it the way it is. Go right ahead. I'm okay with it.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all your guys' time tonight. So just as a couple things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia.
So they're saying he has a version of this that doesn't give cancer. That there's a different version that doesn't give cancer, which Boogie's claiming he has, but Destiny's going to show some inaccuracies about what Boogie said in previous tweets and videos and everything. He did his research on this, and Boogie even goes on to say later on that he knew this day would be coming. It's like the more he talks, the deeper he digs a hole. And he sat on here for a couple hours after this segment, still denying it, but not wanting to show proof.
Polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about leading to his condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not primary polycythemia. And the fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills, but I guess now that he does have money, he's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed.
So he's saying it's just not consistent that 2 years ago he said it was confirmed. Now, 2 years later, he's trying to get tests to try to confirm something that's already confirmed, that he's essentially wasting money, that it doesn't make sense. And I mean, when you look at this and you see Boogie's refusal to prove him wrong, I just... There's no defense in this. There's absolutely no defense in this.
Enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy. But I don't even think he's doing, by the way, I don't think he's actually doing that.
So Destiny, to summarize,
if he wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing. And
he's saying if you want to disprove it, show a private party proof. Boogie doesn't want to do that. He says that there's a line that he has to have some standards or some line. This is right after the whole incident with the crypto coin 2 weeks ago for only 10K. He won't even show it for 50K. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I love Boogie. I consider him a good pal and a good friend, but I could not believe what I was seeing when this was going live. I could not believe what I was seeing when this was going live.
And it would be
to summarize, Jesse, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
So he just offered $5,000 there, and it went up to past $50,000. He was even offered a trip to Disney World by Destiny FOMO, paid expenses, and he still didn't show proof.
No, you,
Hey, you need
10,000.
money.
You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical
$5
records.
grand.
See, he just said not even 50. You're not seeing his medical records. So is there something on there that he doesn't want people to see or know? I've seen people speculating that he might have other stuff. That's not right. And it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, he's not trying to prove himself wrong against this cancer allegation. I just want to, like, if he was here, I would shake him and be like, Boogie, what the fuck, dude? Like, why? Why aren't you proving this wrong? And the only reason why he's not doing it is because he's caught in the act. That's the only thing that we can all speculate and come to a decision at this point. That's all we can say is, I guess he's lying about it because he's not going out of his way to prove it wrong.
I said this.
I said this a year ago.
Okay, so I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already publicly said he has.
And that's the good question right there. He could raise funds because he says, hey, guys, I need help with my medical bills. But when somebody literally says, okay, cool, show proof of a cancer diagnosis and I'll give you $5,000, he suddenly doesn't want to share it. And he's hitting Boogie with these questions that are hard-hitting that nobody has come out. And I'm honestly surprised nobody has ever hit him hard. For this to suddenly come out 2 years later is wild. It's wild. And he even says himself he was waiting for this day. I am disappointed, guys. And I know, yeah, you're not even that close. Boogie doesn't know it. No, I consider him a friend, and I'm disappointed in this. I'm severely disappointed in this.
Doesn't make any sense, but
even I have a fucking limit. Even I have a fucking limit.
He has a limit. He won't get money to show his medical records. Oh God.
What's the limit, though? It's a
I
bad.
understand that he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst.
Sure.
And you're
Yeah.
being confronted with that right now, and your response to that is,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's being confronted with it, and his response is, go ahead. Instead of proving it wrong. I'm speechless. I can't even process this.
I'm not going ahead. I'm just, I'm explaining to you.
Go right the fuck ahead. I don't.
I'm not. I'm not going ahead with
He's
anything.
trying to.
And you could see his demeanor, like right now, compared to earlier before Destiny came on, immediately changed. Like he just looks like a guy that just gave up. He's defeated now. Like he knows it's over. He just caved in.
Speaking to you,
No,
very
I'm saying
politely,
run with the story. I don't.
He's telling him to run with the story. And man, just looking at Twitter again, it is literally trending. And here's where Keem comes on and offers Boogie $15K for the records, making with Mudahar offering an additional $50K. So that's $65K right there. Plus the $5K that Destiny offered. And now Boogie still, according to this, trying to die on the hill of, I'll never release my medical records to prove I'm not lying about having cancer. And it says, it's the dumbest thing I've ever had to witness. And I completely agree with that. Let's take a look at this clip.
I think this is.
What is the end reason? What is the end reason? There's already.
I would not walk away from my house. I would not walk away from 50K. I would not walk away.
And Boogie was saying he's going to sell everything he owns, including the house. Like, he's just, what's the word? Escalating everything when, according to him, he can literally show his records and end this. He sat down and went through 2 hours of circling around about print the story, I'm not lying, instead of showing proof.
I would not walk away from an internet career that's going to give you revenue. That's going to use I would not walk away from shitting on these people and proving them wrong.
We are different people.
You're being ridiculous.
Jim, again, since we're not live, I can say this. I've been looking for an exit plan for a while.
This is an awful exit plan.
No.
He's saying he's been looking for an exit plan. This is the exit plan, Boogie. Boogie, god damn it. I wish this dude would talk to me or any of his friends or even people that he's closer to before stuff like this happens. But there's no defending lying about cancer. There's no defending this. There's none. If he's really lying about cancer and everything is showing that he is, that is bad. That is disgusting and very disappointing. And I don't think the internet's going to let him ever climb out because he sat here on stream denying showing his records. There's no way to fix this at all. I can't defend this. I won't defend this because I've had family affected by this. You can see Boogie at the end of the stream when Diorio and Medicare are basically grilling. And keep in mind, Medicare also has cancer at this point. So he's telling him, just show your diagnosis. It'll show it. And he's refusing.
That you have the polycythemia, whatever the fuck your disease is. You told Destiny.
Polycythemia
did I not ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you. So
he's flat out saying he doesn't respect Diorio, which I have my own things with Diorio. I think he's a fucking retard, but he's right in this. Boogie, show us the fucking proof.
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
I'm just saying I don't respect you. I respect Destiny, but you're actually right in calling me on this. I certainly would not have shown Destiny. I would have probably stood on my principles. Yeah.
Your principles? What principles do you have? You just scammed your fans for $10,000.
Yeah, and that is different from tweeting out my medical records and showing my medical records. And
oh God, he's literally saying it's different that he scammed fans compared to showing his medical records. I can't even compute this, guys.
The fucking Twilight Zone? Is this what am I? It's just it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, you guys have a great night.
He goes off the stream.
Yo, the fucking cops around him doing medical checks tonight are gonna be working overtime.
Just that's all a bad look, dude. That's all a terrible, bad fucking look. And he even brought his girlfriend Des on at one point and was like, "Hey, look, just show them that I could, right? I could just show them this and it'd be all done. But I'm not selling out for $50K." I wouldn't even sell out for the fucking $50K at this point. If I literally didn't have cancer and the internet was coming at me because a big streamer said, "Eric, you're lying and faking that you have cancer," I would show it for free because to me, proving that I don't have cancer is bullshit or that I have cancer is real is priceless. If people are saying that I'm faking having cancer, I will do everything in this God's green earth to prove that that person's a fucking liar, and I would do it for fucking free. Because that is a hell of a fucking allegation to fucking put on somebody, and he's not even doing it for money or for free. Because of a principle that's the only thing private he has left for himself. Again, if somebody said, "Eric, you're faking having cancer," I'd be like, "No, fuck you. Here's the proof. Go talk to my doctor. Here's his fucking number. Come with me. I'll go visit the doctor right now and live stream talking to him." I would do everything. I wouldn't even fucking do it for money. I would just do it to prove that I'm not a lying sack of shit. Of all things that you could lie about, cancer. And of all things that you won't defend yourself about, cancer. I don't get it. Boogie, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And you can see Twitter's just fucking on his ass. Look at these tweets. Boogie has 25K sitting on the table right now to prove he has cancer and he's refusing. He just did a crypto scam for 10K because he was worried about money. He's fucking lying about having cancer. What a tremendous piece of shit. Everybody's mad. Even Muda. The Boogie cancer story physically disgusts me. First time in a while the internet has really shut me down for a minute. I'm fucking disgusted. I was out at my wrestling training when this was going down, and I couldn't even focus because I was listening on my phone at Boogie just dig himself a hole and dig himself a hole. And I just, it was like watching a train wreck. I couldn't even believe what was going on. And you could see even Drama Alert, Keemstar's News Twitter posted, YouTuber Boogie2988 fake cancer according to Destiny. He confronted him on the Locale podcast and Boogie started freaking out. And then they continued. Fake cancer patient. They're literally saying fake cancer patient now. Boogie's boss has a Drama Alert news account totally just calling him out now as a fake cancer patient. There's no coming back from this because he refused to show proof. And he goes, deactivated social media. After Destiny exposed YouTuber Boogie2988 for allegedly faking cancer, Boogie's in the process of deactivating his social media, which is what I showed you. He's deactivating everything. Look, Justin says, every time I think that dude's hit rock bottom, he finds a way to excavate deeper. And you know, there were signs that Boogie was saying on stream that he's just going to end it all and stuff like that, where it does, as a friend, it's still, you don't want to see somebody do something stupid to hurt themselves. But if he really didn't have cancer, he could have ended this hours ago. And he refuses to shape up for it. Now, Keem did provide an update, which I said I would tell you guys. He said, I just got off the phone with Boogie2988. He's not suicidal. No need for wellness check. So that's good to hear. But you can't ever be too sure of this. You cannot ever be too sure. I might even send a phone call or a text here, but I'm sure right now he doesn't want to talk to anybody. Keem says, I can't say too much without leaking private info, but I will say that he's agreed to do tests for cancer at some point in the future that will be available to the public. Who knows what at some point in the future means, right? And you see Teddy Feezer says this is BS. He already says he was tested for cancer. Where's that test? The longer this drags out, Boogie, the worse this is going to be for you. And that's me as a friend telling you that the internet's not going to forget. And they're going to count how many hours, seconds, minutes, days it's taken for you to come out about this and to show that positive test. You should just show it, dude. I know you don't trust the internet. I know you don't want stuff leaked. Oh, God. If you don't have it, dude, you need to show it. Or you need to just admit that you fucked up. I don't know if you're afraid of legalities that you can get sued or get fraud charges or something, but you got to climb out of this while you still fucking can. And you can tell Keem's genuinely fucked up about this. You can see he's hurting. He says, in my 15 years on YouTube, I can't think of one popular YouTuber that's lied about having cancer. This is a new low. Like, he's not even giving him the benefit of a doubt at this point. And I really am not at this point either, because he refused to show proof. He refused to show proof. And then Keem put this last update, kicking Boogie from Locale Live. So this in regards to people saying he should fire him, which is all over their Reddit. Let's watch.
I'm starting to see like a little campaign growing on Twitter for me to kick Boogie2988 off of Locale Live show because allegedly he faked having cancer. I'm not going to kick him off the show. I'm not. His punishment is being on the show where he could be confronted and held accountable for the shit he does. And we've been doing this since day one. In fact, this wouldn't even be happening right now if he wasn't on the show and being confronted with this. So yeah, his punishment is staying on the show. He can say that he's quitting the internet all he wants, but I will get him back on that fucking show and we will confront him further.
So he's saying he's not getting kicked off and they're going to confront him later. Keem, and I'm saying this, somebody from the side and as Boogie's friend, I hope y'all are ready for the backlash of having Boogie on. I don't think the internet's going to let up on this. And yeah, having him in the hot seat, having him held accountable, in theory, that's a good practice, but you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. But you're Keemstar. You're used to being in the hot seat. So I'm sure he has something in mind, but who knows if Boogie's even going to cooperate at this point. Like I said, I'm severely disappointed. When this came up, I was looking at Locale Live, and originally the stream was supposed to be them responding to Keemstar quitting the show. He made a stream last night quitting, and then all of a sudden I see tweets about Boogie lying about cancer, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, like, when it's somebody that you consider a friend, you want the best for them, and you want them to always succeed and stuff, but when you're seeing stuff like crypto scams and lying about cancer, it becomes very hard. It becomes very hard to support that person. And honestly, this whole video, I'm trying my best to not feel like I'm stabbing a friend in the back, but there's no way that I could defend this. There's no way to say that this is a good look at all, especially when the solution is just to show proof that it's not true, dude. Just show proof that it's not true. That's all it takes. At this point, the longer that you're prolonging it, the worse it looks for you. This is not a good look. So I don't even know what to think at this point. I really don't.